Good morning from just east of the Arizona state line. We're waiting on the final member of our party to get ready. And we're gonna start to head up to Maple Peak, which is one of the Arizona 2,000-foot prominence peaks. So there's two ways you can approach this. There's a north trailhead and a south trailhead. We chose the south because there's a chance of snow, more so anyway, on the north slopes. But the south approach is definitely rougher than the north approach, on the road at least. I failed on this peak last year with Nate of One Man's Odyssey YouTube channel. We tried the north route. We knew there was going to be snow, but we did not expect thigh deep, waist deep snow closer to the top. And a lot of that was due to drifting, but we just had no way to plow through that at all. So we ended up turning around. But hopefully the southerly route will be relatively snow-free, and hopefully we'll get another prominence peak accomplished. Okay, this is probably the end of Smoothing Iron Road right here, which we took up most of the way. We're half a mile into the hike already, and this is probably the start of the trail here. So we'll see if we can find it. We're taking a break here. We made it to Maple Peak Tank, which is this pond right here. And then the trail continues off to my left a little bit up to the saddle, and then we'll take the other trail up to the summit from there. So hopefully about a third of a mile or so up to the saddle. All right, we made it to the trail junction. I don't know how much use this gets, but hopefully it'll be pretty well defined. There's some snow frozen on the trees up there, which is pretty neat looking. Nice contrast between the green and the blue sky. All right, we made it to the ridge. And now it's just, I think, a ridge walk up pretty much. So as far as we can tell, this is the trail right here, just following this fence line. And I'm sure there's going to be an opening in the fence somewhere up here, or possibly a gate. But it shouldn't be too much further. I forgot to mention earlier, I'm hiking with Matt from Chandler. Again, we just did the private prominence peak. And my brother Josh, who just moved here about a month and a half ago and just bought a Toyota 4Runner. So that's how we were able to follow Matt up to basically the trailhead. And then Patrick, who's been in obviously a ton of these videos. Anyway, there it is, Maple Peak. Not too much higher than here. These trees look pretty neat. Here's a trail sign up here. So it says the Charlie Moore Trail is 1.6 miles. Okay, just a little ways past the sign, there's this massive, I think, juniper tree here. And then an opening in the fence right here, so no gate. And another fence, which I assume we're gonna follow this one for a while. I think when I hiked with Nate, the north route, we were following this fence part of the way up on the other side of the peak. All right, now we're on the north side of the ridge. This is the trail, and the snow has gotten a lot deeper. It's basically up to, like, in some places mid shin. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse than this. But we are almost there. All right, we made it. Summit of Maple Peak. Gonna relax for a while. Pretty awesome views. Not completely unobstructed. There's some low tree growth and whatnot behind me, but I'll get the 360 view as much as I can here in a second. This is looking basically north. There's Escadilla Mountain there, one of the Arizona prominence peaks. It's over, I think it's around 10,900, something like that. Peak in New Mexico, maybe Eagle Peak, I'm not sure, but that might be it. That seems to be what's coming to mind. And then, I don't know exactly which one it is, but whitewater baldy spinning to the south. Can see it's called Brushy Mountain. There's like a radar something up there, or telescope, something like that. I think I'm seeing the Chiricahuas now, and then Dos Cabezas, and then Mount Graham over here. Yeah, Mount Graham again, looking pretty majestic with the snow cover. Turtle Mountain's somewhere in the mix out there, a little bit closer in. And then I think I can see Pinnacle Ridge and then Mount Turnbull. And then a little bit more to the northwest, we think we can see Baldy Peak, Mount Baldy in the White Mountains, highest peak in Arizona outside of the San Francisco peaks by Flagstaff. And that's pretty much it. Beautiful views. I'm actually kind of grateful to have the snow here on all the contrasting colors with the the white snow on the mountains, the blue sky, the greenery, the brown. It's pretty cool. Definitely makes everything stand out a bit more. It's lower atmosphere up here. All right, 5 minutes is up. It's a really beautiful day here and just nice and calm. We barely had any wind on the summit. It's calm now, which is nice because it just makes the temperature a little bit more manageable. It's mostly downhill from here, so we'll make it back, and it's another Prominence Peak completed. This is probably more scenic of a route overall, just because you're walking in the canyon for a while and it's pretty beautiful in there. And definitely at different times of year will give different aspects of the beauty. But if you do want to save time on this peak and you don't want as rough of a dirt road drive, just go for the northern route. Yeah, we probably should have done some desert peak in the southwest quadrant of the state today. But at the same time, the snow and the winter scenery has been really beautiful. A nice change of pace. It's made it a bit more challenging, obviously, than it would be without the snow cover. We're going to pretty much have snow for the remainder of the hike back. Hey guys. Been here a while. All right, we are back to the vehicles, and that's it for the hike. So it ended up being about 2,500 feet of elevation gain with a little bit of that on the way back, according to Matt's GPS. Mine was way off, but 11.8 miles, 6 hours and 45 minutes. Now we have maybe a half an hour to 45 minutes back to the main road, and then 4.5 hours home from there, so it's gonna be a late night. Anyway, signing off from extreme eastern Arizona. That was the hike of Maple Peak, another Prominence Peak completed. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.